Hi, I'm Derek. Are you tired of spending countless hours estimating projects, letting your hair fall out over crunching numbers and trying to figure things out from scratch on every single estimate? In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 steps to getting a complete estimating system in place that's going to save you time, save you frustration, give you some consistency, and put more profits in the bank for your construction business. All right, so before we get started, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, it helps the Google AI be more happy, as well as myself. So make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Got tons of great content coming up. So I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 steps to creating an amazing estimating system. Systems is what it's all about when it's, saving you time, building profits in your business, getting that foundation in place so you can grow and scale and actually have something that you can start to pass off and delegate to somebody else. And make sure to stick around to the end. I'm going to be sharing with you a little bonus tip to help you out with your estimating. So first thing is the setup. You got to set up the system. So what are you going to need in order to get the system up and running for your estimating? First thing is cost codes. So you're going to need some sort of standardized cost codes so that you're coding the different items inside of your estimate with certain cost codes. So generally you're going to start kind of at the beginning. So that's either like pre-construction items or just the first kind of things that you're going to get into in a project, like, your demo or site setup. Those are going to be, your number 1, number 2 cost codes. And then it's going to go down the list and through the list of just like how you do a project is usually how you're going to set it up. So, you might do demo, then concrete, then framing. You're going to have your rough-ins, your insulation, you know the drill. So depending on what you do, if it's painting, you might have a few different cost codes, depending on what kind of painting it is, interior, exterior, trim, walls, ceilings, whatever, right? So setting that up will help streamline your costing as well as be able to translate that across your business through other systems as well, not just your estimating. So it's going to go from your estimating into your budgeting and all the way to your bookkeeping and essentially to, your invoicing for clients. You can track things and it's very easy. Everything has a number. So if you want help with that, reach out to me. If you need any specifics, make sure to drop a comment. I will actually answer them. I do read the comments. So drop a comment. Second thing that you want to get set up is your standard pricing. You're going to want to have some sort of spreadsheet, or if you're using software, some sort of standardized pricing and something as part of your system where it's getting updated regularly. Prices maybe a little stabilized right now, but definitely through COVID or inflation, things are, skyrocketing and then they go up and down and all around. So, but having some sort of standard pricing, not having to go, check out the Home Depot website or, call your supplier and figure out pricing or send lists to them. You should have that all ready and set up so that you can easily just kind of plug and play when you're creating estimates and not have to do all that work over and over again. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about with, setting up the system is software. Obviously, software is going to be an integral part of your estimating. The type of software you're going to use is going to dictate how long you're spending and also how your estimates are going to look. So there's software for things like, doing takeoffs, for checking plans, getting dimensions. Often the project management software that you're using will have some sort of estimating built in, or, if you're using QuickBooks, some people use that for estimating, or just a Google Sheet or Excel spreadsheet. I mean, there's lots of different ways to skin a cat here. Which software is right for you depends on how you run your business and what type of business, your general contractor, home builder, tradesperson. So all of those kind of things are going to matter. So does that make sense? Yes or yes? If you want, again, specifics, like as far as which program you think is right for you or which, a software to use for this or that, drop it in the comments. I will answer, help you out, maybe ask you a few questions just to figure out, what's best for you. But there is lots of resources available. All right, moving on to number 2. So the second one with getting your construction estimating system in place is templates. Templates, of course, so important. Having some sort of standard, some sort of thing that's maybe 70 or 80% there already, and you can just take it, modify it, and save yourself a ton of time. That's really what we're after here, right? less, calculator and pencil, less time you have to be actually putting in things manually, the better. Templates for different types of jobs. So again, it's going to depend on your business, what kind of contracting business you have, but you're going to want templates for different types of jobs. So if you're in renovations, you have a bathroom template possibly, or a kitchen template, or just an all, full home, renovation, gut to studs kind of thing, or all, the different types of renovations that you might be doing. If you're an electrician, again, similar thing with just having different types of templates for different types of projects. It's easier to pare down an estimate than it is to add to it, right? So your template should be fairly big and all inclusive, and it's very easy just to delete line items. Like if you're redoing a kitchen and they don't have a supporting wall that you need to, knock out and get engineering for, you can just delete that line item, right? But to have to put that all in, if it's not in your template, now you got to, engineer, getting drawings, bunch of like beam material and all this kind of stuff, right? So much easier to have a very inclusive, large estimate template, and then you're just deleting items that aren't included in whatever specific job you're estimating. And then the last kind of thing to do with templating is having some sort of plug and play assemblies. So your templates should also include assemblies. So this could be like a wall assembly, where you've got your studs, your sill gasket, your insulation, your drywall, plywood sheeting or OSB or whatever on the outside. So technically, like an exterior wall, it's generally always going to be the same. And then you just calculate the lineal feet. Boom, there you got to go. Now you've got, numbers for everything, right? So you want to create assemblies. Assembly could be like a full kitchen, right? You could have a full kitchen assembly, which is essentially a whole, template, but there's a lot of ways to do this again. It does take some time to set up, and I understand that. That's exactly what I help clients with, because it's difficult, right? To actually find the time. You're running around, you got a ton of hats on, doing this, that, and everything. Like, when are you gonna have time to actually like build out this kind of stuff or put time into it, and where do you start and all that kind of stuff? So again, reach out to me if you're having issues with this, or you want help with this, or know where to start, or just want someone who's already done this and can provide that for you, reach out to me. Although getting started is so important, and I want to encourage you to find the time and realize that putting 10, 20, 30 hours into this, whatever you need to do, is going to save you all that time in the future. So it may seem like a burden now, but it's going to pay off big dividends in the future. All right, so it's number 2, getting templates in place. Does that make sense? Number 3, so the third step, make sure you wait to the bonus on the fourth, bonus tip. So third one is train and automate. So hey, why are you even doing estimates? Why not just hire someone or find someone who can do estimates for you, right? But you need a system in place. So that's why the first 2 steps are so critical. You got to set it up. You got to have templates. You got to have some sort of software in place. Have a system that works repeatedly. And now the third step is train and automate. So how do you train people? How do you automate it? The best thing to do, what I suggest for clients, is just hop on a Zoom presentation, click share screen, and just run through yourself talking, explaining as you're doing an estimate. This is how you pull up, the program. This is where you get started. This is how you click it. This is where, you get the client's name. This is how you load up the template, on and on and on. You just go through an estimate. First of all, you're getting work done that you're going to need to do anyways, because you're making an estimate. Second off, you're making a video. So you're, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Who doesn't like that? As far as a standpoint of, getting shit done. So, and then once that video's done, you don't need to edit it. There is like programs that you can just run online that like cleans up the audio and makes it more, presentable, if you will. It's very simple, very easy, but just start the video, start talking. Don't worry if you have a bunch of ums or ahs or breaks or pauses, things like that. It's a training video. It's not, some sort of polished marketing thing that you need to put out. It's simply a tool to help your people that you're hiring to do this know how to do it and do it your way. And if you forget something, you can always add it later with some text or whatever. So record it on Zoom yourself, screen share with whatever you're doing. Stop the video. There's your recording. Put that in a folder, put a link on, like a training platform or whatever. There's lots of different ways to do this. And there you go. You can now have someone go through that. They're not going to know everything just from a video, but they'll probably be able to do like 70-80%. You run through a few with them, you've just saved yourself a ton of time by having to train someone from scratch and explain everything to them. Very simple. So once you got that in place, it's just a matter of finding, the right person or training people that are maybe project managers or whoever are already on your team to be able to do that, or just have a specific estimator that comes in and estimates for you. So that's the step number 3. Now for the bonus tip, have a client binder with example projects and a budget. So this is kind of like outside of the system of like actually producing the estimate, but to pre-game it with your clients when you're going to their house. Often they're going to want a number, they're going to want to know about how much it costs. And if you can have a client binder with some like previous projects that you did, and then set a range for their budget, this will help you probably do less estimates possibly, because it'll give you an idea of where they are. It's like, this is kind of a similar kitchen to yours. It cost $70,000. Like, well, our budget's like 40. Okay, well, I'm not going to estimate for an $80,000 kitchen now. I'm going to estimate for like, $40,000 to $50,000 kitchen. So just a little bonus tip that you can maybe save yourself some time to do the estimating and actually kind of hit the bullseye for your client by having example projects and a budget range kind of set up beforehand. So if you want help with this, reach out to me. Check out the link below. In the description, there is a link to get a free course, how to build a business that runs without you while still making money. And great resource. Wonderful program. It'll go through how to start setting up systems in your business, build that foundation so you can start to grow, start to scale without losing your mind, without your business falling apart, without wasting a ton of money and a ton of years off the lifespan of your life trying to run everything. So make sure you check that out. Here's to the best of your estimating. Have a good one.